Behind-the-scenes moments don't usually change how we see a show, but the recent reveal of the unrecognizable George actor reuniting with the Coopers in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 2 BTS footage feels different. It's not just a fun cast reunion or a nostalgic snapshot from set. It hits something deeper for fans who are still emotionally attached to George Sr.'s presence in the Cooper family, even after his death has become such a defining part of the story. What immediately stands out is just how different the actor looks. Without the familiar wardrobe, hair, and posture that made George Sr. instantly recognizable in young Sheldon, he almost blends into the background at first glance. And that contrast is powerful. On screen, George remains frozen in time as this larger-than-life figure whose absence looms over every Cooper family moment. Off-screen, seeing the actor smiling, relaxed, and joking around with the cast is a reminder that the character's story may be over, but the bond between the people who brought that story to life clearly isn't. The BTS footage shows him interacting comfortably with Montana Jordan, Zoe Perry, Reagan Reverd, and the rest of the Cooper circle, and there's an ease there that speaks to years of shared work. These aren't forced promotional smiles. It feels like a genuine reunion between people who built something together over a long stretch of television. And for fans, that matters because it reinforces how much care went into portraying the Cooper family in the first place. What makes this reunion especially meaningful is the timing. Season 2 of Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage has leaned heavily into the aftermath of George Sr.'s death. His absence isn't a background detail. It's the emotional backbone of many storylines. Georgie's stress, Mary's complicated attempts to move on, Missy's quiet pain, and even Mandy's shifting priorities are all shaped by the whole George left behind. Seeing the actor back on set, even just behind the scenes, feels almost like a gentle reminder that the character's influence still exists, just in a different form. It's also interesting how this BTS moment highlights the show's restraint. Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage has not relied on cheap flashbacks or constant references to George to manipulate emotions. Instead, it lets the characters carry his memory naturally. That makes this reunion feel earned rather than exploitative. The show doesn't need George Sr. to physically appear again to prove his importance. The emotional groundwork is already there. For longtime fans of young Sheldon, this reunion also bridges the gap between the old series and the new one. Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage may be a spin-off, but it's still deeply rooted in what came before. Seeing the George actor alongside the current cast reinforces that continuity. It reminds viewers that this isn't a clean break from the past, it's an evolution of it, with the same emotional DNA running through both shows. There's also something quietly comforting about seeing the actor still welcomed on set. It suggests that the production itself understands how important George Sr. was to the show's identity. Even if his story has ended on screen, he hasn't been forgotten behind the camera. And for fans who are still processing the loss alongside the characters, that sense of respect goes a long way. In the end, this behind-the-scenes reunion isn't about teasing a return or hinting at a surprise appearance. It's about closure, connection, and appreciation. It shows that while Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage is moving forward, it hasn't left its roots behind. George Sr. may be gone from the story, but moments like this remind us that his impact on the characters, the actors, and the audience still lingers in a very real way.